Good morning, everybody. Very good morning to you and Merry Christmas to you. Today is 25th of December 2015 and I'm recording this 152 video. So I wish you a very happy new year also in advance. May you grow by leaps and bounds and may this festive week brings a lot of joy and happiness in your family, right? Today actually I'm going to talk we are actually going to deal with one of our subscribers query which he has written, and I would like to read it for all of you. So he has written this in Hindi, which is my actually mother language. So let me read it out as it is, and then I'll translate it in English what exactly he's saying. Hi Ajay, my name is Asif and मैं आपके वीडियोस बहुत पसंद करता हूँ and I really follow your channel. Thank you so much. मुझे ऑफिस में बहुत हेल्प मिलती है वीडियोस से. कीप द ग्रेट वर्क. आपका चैनल इज सो ग्रेट. थैंक यू सो मच आसिफ. इंडीड दीज आर द ग्रेट वर्ड्स. आई रियली अप्रिशिएट दैट कि आपने टाइम निकाला एंड यू आर राइटिंग दिस ईमेल टू मी. मेरा क्वेश्चन आपसे है कि आप क्या हम स्मॉल लेटर्स को कैपिटल कर सकते हैं अगर एक साथ काफ़ी वैल्यूज हों. फाइल सेंड कर रहा हूं, प्लीज बताइए. मुझे एक्सेल का अपर फॉर्मूला आता है पर एक साथ कैसे करें. कोई मैक्रो बनाया जा सकता है. थैंक्स, योर ट्रूली सब्सक्राइबर आसिफ. ऑलराइट, सो गाइज, व्हाट ही इज एक्चुअली सेइंग इज दिस इज व्हाट एक्चुअली ही हैज this is the data in his file, and what he's saying is that how to convert this every cell into uppercase to make it capital actually, right? So let me just write it. To convert small letters into capital letters. Now, it's indeed a very good question actually. I never thought that we could have this situation as well. So because so first of all, let me tell all of you that in case if you think that this can be done with the upper function, well, you are partially right and partially you are little incorrect, because of the fact that upper cannot work on the entire range. Now Asif, if I get his question correct, and I'm sure I got him correct, he is actually looking for a formula which can convert this entire cell in one step. Convert this into uppercase. So when you write for those who do not know what is uppercase, let me tell them. So see guys, if you know Excel, then in Excel we have a formula called upper, but then the problem is this: you can't actually select this entire table and you can press enter, so it will give you the error. So instead of that, what you can do is you can actually write the upper and you can press enter. So this will actually convert your values into capital, and you can paste the formula here, and similarly you can copy this and you can drag it here. So this is the first thing, and as he also said that he already know this upper function, so I'm sure he's looking for something else, maybe a macro as he said. So we can go ahead and we can try to do that using VBA. We can prepare a function which you, if enter, then can convert all these values actually in one step. So you don't have to basically drag this formula, you don't have to write this formula everywhere, right? So how we gonna do that? So let's go to the VBA code, and before I start writing the code for guys who are watching my channel for the first time, let me just take 10 seconds of yours. This is my video number 152. You can watch all those 151 videos on Excel and VBA and MS Access. So you have two ways of doing that. Either you go to my channel and look at this playlist. This playlist is actually has different categories, and according to the different categories you have all those videos. You can see here, you can scroll it down and you can specifically look for the a video which you are looking forward to. For example, if you're looking for the VLOOKUP, then maybe you can go and search the VBA playlist here. There must be some VLOOKUP playlist here. Let me just scroll it down. So I guess this must be somewhere here. You need to search it. There are like 10 to 8 videos. Like for example, on the what if analysis we have the 4 videos. On the dashboard making we have the 8 videos. So this is huge actually, right? And if you wish to see my training program, which I actually take online. I teach 101, and I take trainings through Skype application as well. So this is my website, excelvblover.com. Go to the tutorial section, and here you can see my content, training content, which is a hardcore advanced Excel training content. If you're looking forward to the videos, you can click on the video tutorial. If you're looking for the VBA training course, you can click here. And if you're looking for the VBA, this video tutorial, just click on that. Let me just show you. So once you click on the video tutorials, these are all the videos which you can find in my YouTube channel as well, as I was telling you, right? So these are all the videos. I think on the VBA we have around 40-45 videos, and rest on the Excel, and a couple of videos are on the MS Access as well, right? So thank you so much. And I want to tell you, because today is Christmas and it's actually a great festival. I know people celebrate all over the world, so I just want to thank you a lot, because I see that in the last month, I have got really very good amount of subscribers. So it shows actually you are actually liking the channel, and I really couldn't thank you enough for this. Thank you so much, really, indeed, it makes a lot of difference to me. So that's why it's in an effort to make these videos awesome, and make these videos as in videos which you actually can give you help in your office work as well. I always try to do that. So today also we are going to do this, prepare this a great code, I must say. So what we are going to do is we are going to prepare a macro which have a function which once we enter, so we are going to do some sort of this stuff. Let's say we are going to prepare a function called AB, or maybe let's say my name Ajay, and we'll select this table, and the moment I press enter, we should actually have these all values converted into uppercase automatically. So you don't have to write this upper A1, A2, A3. So this is very exciting, and let's see how we're gonna do that. All right, so let us first go to the Visual Basic environment, and on this module let me just write the function. Now you know what, so it's always good to actually write first a macro, and then you can convert it into function, because in function you can't really use the F8 key. So debugging can create a problem. So rather than doing that, we can directly start a sub. So let me just name this as, let's say, sub A. Okay, so now here what we are going to do is we are going to give a range. So I'm going to say that let's say dim full range as range, and dim my cell as range, right? So afterwards what you need to do is you need to set your full name to the input box. Please have patience, because I know if you don't know VBA, then obviously this code will tell you the power of VBA, and just in case if you know the VBA, you might be wondering what I'm writing in right away. So give me just let's just wait for a couple of minutes, and then you'll understand what I'm doing, and then I'll explain you as well, as always I do, right? Okay, so here I'm going to put the input box, and I'm going to say enter range, and then we don't need any title, we don't need any default left top, we are just leaving it blank, and on the last this parameter type we'll write 8. Okay, now why I'm writing 8? Because 8 means that it selects actually the range, it is used for the range, right? You can also do one thing, in case if you don't have any idea about the input boxes, I'll tell you here in my this YouTube channel playlist, or maybe in my website, we have here a category called input boxes. Yeah, this is where I have 3 videos uploaded. So go ahead and check these videos, and you'll understand the concept of the input box. It's very powerful actually. All right, so but still I can give you the hint. What you can do is you can select this and press F1. It will take you to the Microsoft help, and indeed it's a great help actually. Microsoft, they have prepared all this programming language, so who can be better than Microsoft, to educate us. So now when you look at this syntax called the input box, which I have written, all the parameters, you can go through all these parameters: prompt, title, default, left, top. What does that mean, right? We have left blank, so let's hit on the type, where we have written 8. So why I have written 8 is, it is simply because of the fact that when you actually write your this 8 actually, you can look at here, 8 refers to a cell reference or a range. So here we are going to deal with the range, and that's why you can write here range. In case if you in your input box you want that a person who is going to run this code, he should not be allowed to enter anything apart from a number, then you can put the type as 1. So what will happen, he can only put the number there. If he tries to put any alphanumeric or alpha, then the input box will not work. So that's why, to allow this in when user is going to select the range, to make it visible, I have written here input box type as 8, because 8 means a range, right? So now once I do that, so let me quickly run this as well so that you can understand what is happening here. Alright, so we are getting here, what is the error? Variable not defined. Okay, spelling mistake. It should be actually not full name but full range, right? Okay, now let's run this, and this is what will happen. The pop-up will come, and then user will select the range, and the moment he presses OK, automatically this entire range should be converted into capitals. Now I know this sounds really amazing, very interesting, and I'm going to, I think, enjoy a lot today. This is really a very good question actually. So once again, Asif, thank you so much for putting up such a great question, and I'm sure my dear subscribers, viewers who are watching this, they will definitely like this program. Okay, so now once we have this input box, what we want to do? Now you want to run a loop actually, and you want to say that the range which I have selected, check for each value and check what value they have, and then convert it into the uppercase, in the capital, right? So this is what we want to do. So that means you're going to run here a loop called for each my cell in full range. Next. Now if you're not familiar with this program, what is this for each, then please go ahead and watch videos here on the loops, collection loops, right? So these are the collection loops. You can check all these videos and it will give you the understanding, but let me also tell you a little bit about this. So these are the collection loops which are pre-built loops, right? And this my cell in full range, this is not actually a VBA word, right? These are the objects which we have declared. Now it could be anything. If I write here my name, then this would go for each Ajay in full range, right? So ideally the syntax is this. You need to read this like this: for each cell in range next. Now what does that mean? That means that if you want to deal with the all the cells one by one in any of the range, you write this collection loop, right? And this is how the syntax is. So as I said that I have uploaded really a lot of videos on this, so you can go there and you can watch that, and it is going to then make you it will help you in understanding what I'm talking about, right? But it's not that tough as well. I'll show you now what we're going to do. Now let me quickly tell you, if I do this my cell dot value message box and then give me the my cell value, now see what will happen the moment I press F8. Alright, so here you have selected the range, so I'm going to select this range only. Now see what will happen. So in my range I have serial number A35, AGS3 and FSSs, right? So the moment you do this, now the loop will start working on that range. Now what is my full range? My full range will be A1 to A4, and what is my cell? My cell is going to be my first value. Look at this serial number. So it will pop up the serial number. It again goes to the next. Now the time is to pop up the second value, which is 835. Wonderful, right? So automatically it starts picking up your all values. This is amazing. And now enter, because my range was only till the last value called FSS, right? So you see, this is so powerful. Automatically the loop starts working. You don't have to now write here that go to A1 cell, then give the message box, go to A2 cell, and then 3, and then A4, and then A5, and then A6, and so on. This loop is going to take care of everything, because through the input box you are actually giving the option to user to select the range, right? So it's more of a like you can understand this example. For example, you have given a big bag to your friend, and you said that, you know, whatever fruits he wants to buy in the market, go and buy. So he has a big this bag and he's in the market and he can choose whatever he wants to choose, right? So this is more of a like this option. Now you are not giving, you know, you are not actually going the market, and for, let's say, you are buying apples. So for apples you are you know, having a different baggage, different bag, and then for your this let's say XYZ fruit, oranges, you have a different bag. No, it is not like that. You have this privilege, you have this flexibility of putting all the fruits in that one bag or bucket, right? It's a more of a like that. So you don't have to be bothered about it. This loop will take care of all the elements inside that, right? You just need to tell that what exactly you want. So the moment you say that I want these elements, just then, you know, this loop will actually start giving you those elements, right? For example, let me show you this again in the very quick mode, which is F5. The moment I press F5, now let's say I'm going to declare this as this complete range. Look at my range. It's A1 to B8. So we have a lot of numbers here, a lot of values. Now the moment you press OK, now let's concentrate. So we have all the numbers coming one by one in a sequence, right? So you can see here, wow. So these are the fruits which you have bought, and they are all in your this bucket, and you don't really have to write, you know, every time a single code that go to this value and then this value, this value. So loop will take care of everything. All right, so this is just to explain you, but we don't need this code. Now what we want is, we want that the value which comes first, it should be immediately converted into the capital letter, right? So I'm going to say that I'll declare the variable here called z, and I'll say that z equals to mycell dot value, whatever be the value, and we have to declare here z as so string. Now I'm writing a string because I know that if this exercise is we are converting them into the capitals, then obviously it can never be a number, right? It is always going to be a text or alphanumeric. So that's why I'm writing here string. Okay, so now what happens when I run this and I get this, let's say, range. Let's say I have selected this range. Now in this range, what happens, this mycell dot value is serial number, and my z will have that value one by one. The moment z has value, I will convert that into capital. This is what is my plan, right? So we'll do one thing. What we'll do is we'll write here a function which is called under the strings class uppercase. Uppercase, let's see where it is. It must be in then worksheet function class. Let me see. Yeah, this is the uppercase function, but where it is, that's what I'm wondering actually. All right, yeah, so it's in the actually strings class. So I'm going to convert this uppercase, the value of mycell dot value. This is very interesting. Now look at this. Now what will happen if I run this? Let's say let's select only these two values. Now when I run this, you look at this. Oh wow, it's converted into capital A, because in mycell value we have this A35 and A was in, you know, lowercase, and this uppercase has converted it, and whatever the value we have got, that is now actually passed into this Z. And the next time, now what is the value of the mycell? It's AGS3, and if I run this, look at this, it is actually converted into AGS, the capital one, right? Interesting, very interesting. Now you must be wondering, all right, so we converted them, but then how we are going to change so that we can have that effect, you know, we can see it right over on this spreadsheet. Now, so to deal with this situation, what I thought is, why don't we get the address of the active cell where exactly this value is, you know, stored in the Excel. So what we are going to do is we are going to do this thing. I'm going to write here a variable called y, and I'm going to say that my cell address. Now we have to declare this y as well, so I'm going to declare as y as string. Now before you really start scratching your head that now what is this, let me quickly run this code and show you. It's very easy actually. Now see this, I have selected these two again. Now Z is my A35. Now look at this now. Why? The moment I run this, oh wow, this actually is going to tell you the address of this value A35. Now where is A35? A35 is on the A2, and you have here your A2. Now here comes the magic part. Now once you got the address, you can write the code here that alright, so go to the A2 and give the value there as Z, which is my A35 capital 1, right? So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to say now, so range, okay, Y dot value should be equals to Z. Now this is very interesting. Now you must be thinking that what is this all about? You see, in Y I have the address of that value which I want to convert, right? So this is how we write, right? Obviously it's a variable, so I'm not going to write anything sort of this stuff, as you might be familiar that this is how we write the value, right? If you know the VBA, even the basic VBA, this is how we write the range, this function. So here I'm passing that cell which is actually we are capturing from this my cell value. Now let me just reset the code and see what is going to happen. This is very interesting. Alright, so I've selected the range, and let's just quickly select these two values, A1 and A2. So you know that in Z I have now serial number in the capital, so the address would be A1. Yes, it is A1. So I'm now saying that go to the A1 and give me the value of Z, and Z is already converted into the uppercase. So wow, you got the serial number. Now it is so clean. I mean, there's nothing is moving, and it's actually happening, Oh wow, look at this, A35 is also converted into the capital. So now we are good to go. So what we need to do is, let me quickly run this. Alright, so I've selected the entire range, and let's just press enter. Oh wow, amazing, right? So that's why I just love this VBA programming. I mean, it can do, I think, anything in Excel. It makes you very powerful. So this is how, guys, you see that we can actually convert everything. It's in our control, right? Now let's say I'm gonna write here some numbers. For example, these are the numbers, the values, this and this. We can write as many values as we can. Let me just copy this, paste it here, and now let's run this macro. So I'm gonna run this macro, or maybe you can do one thing, quickly come to this insert and go to the insert shapes, and alright, so maybe let me do something else. Let me use some another symbol. Alright, we can use maybe this star, right? Okay, and you can go to the right click and you can assign the macro star, because today is a Christmas, and I know it's a big festival in India also. We celebrate it like our festivals like Diwali, Holi. So let's just create this, and alright, so now hit on this, and it's going to ask you the range. Select the range and press OK, and bingo, awesome. So this is how you can prepare this code. It can work in any way. Now this is a macro, obviously this is a subroutine, this is a procedure, this is not a function. Function works different, right? So in order to convert this macro, a sub, into a function, what we can do is we can quickly go ahead and convert this into a function. So I'm gonna name this as a function, and let's keep this A only. That's your choice. You can even write your name there, right? So or maybe we can write here Merry Christmas. I want to just enjoy this festival today, so it's all over in my mind. I beg your pardon, right? So So you see, end function is already we have gotten previously we were actually having this end sub. Now it is converted into end function because I have written here function. So that's something which VB is going to do. Now a function always returns a value. This is the difference between a function and sub. Now what you're going to do is, now you see, whenever you write a function, let's say VLOOKUP function, it needs the parameters. You need to give the parameters. So in our case, what we want to do is we want to actually give a range which is called the parameter, so that when I write this Merry Christmas, it's a function, I can select this, right? And once I select this, then I can, and then if I press enter, this should actually convert all these values, right? This is something I'm trying to tell you exactly. So now what you'll do is, so instead of writing this as a this my cell or my range, I guess, because we are going to select the range, we'll write it here as range. Okay, and so as I'm going to write here as a variant, or maybe as a string, whatever you want to write. So we know we don't need the duplicate declaration, so I'll delete this, and I guess we are good to go. It should work. And yes, what else you need is you need this Merry Christmas value should be equals to now what, because this is a function and we want to actually you know, get that value, so the value which is converted into uppercase, so maybe we can write here as a Z, right? And perhaps this is not required. Let's see how we're gonna deal with this. So what I'm going to do is okay, so if I write here, let's say a function this Merry Christmas, and this is my, let's say, the parameter, and if I just press enter, it's going to ask me the range. Obviously it is going to actually ask me the range, and if I provide this range and I press OK, this is actually this is going to be converted, right? SFAS. Now this is not the correct output. Let's quickly see what is happening here. So okay, so in function I have already selected the range, so maybe I will not like to give this pop-up, because in function I will select the range by, you know, in the very first step. So let's see how it goes from here. So I'm going to write here Merry Christmas, and let me select this. Initially I'm just selecting one text in order to test. Let me just press enter. So now in this full range you see that this value SFSD is there, and the moment I run this Merry Christmas now will have this value of Z, which is in the capital, and end. And let's see if we got the value. Yeah, we got the value, we got the function. Now we need to see that if we can actually get this done. If I drag this, so let's just quickly copy this and paste it here. Now again this is popped up, so let me just remove this break code and we can run this in one step. All right, so let's see. All right, so we got all the values. Now I'll copy this and I'll paste it here. Oh great. So this is how also, you know, you can actually work on this function. Now immediately let's do one thing. Let's just convert them in the small letters. Let's say this one, and let's write a function here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to press enter, and now I'm going to drag this, right? So this is how you can build the function, right? So this is also this is more of a, like, you know, the same function which is your upper function. In the upper also you write this, which is an Excel function. It is not our VBA function, user created function, UDF, user defined function. It is a Excel defined function. So both the functions work in the same way, you know. So anyways, I just wanted to actually tell you that you can also prepare your own function, but though I don't think so you would require this, because we have already this upper function. But maybe just to celebrate Christmas today, you know, you I just thought, let me tell you, let me give you this. You can also create a function sort of this, right? So I hope this makes a lot of sense to you, and we can try one more thing before I wrap up this. If I select this in this entire range, and if I press enter, so that's the problem actually, because we can't use this actually, you know, in one cell. We have to have the each cell space allocated for these the values which we have in here, so it cannot be covered in. But what if I do some sort of this stuff? If I select this and if I press, no, it's not actually, it's not even working, right? So this is how you can write actually, because at one point in time you can select only one cell, and now drag this and this will work. Otherwise macro option is always there for you. So now it says the error because we don't have any macro. We have converted that macro sub into function, right? But anyways, choice is yours. I have given you both the options. So this is how my dear subscribers, viewers, and of course Asif, you can prepare this, and I hope this is going to help you a lot, right? So once again, I wish you very prosperous Happy New Year and Merry Christmas, guys, and I'll come up with some more exciting stuff, and till then just have a very great learning, and at the same time enjoy your day to day, and I'll come up with some another exciting stuff very soon. Thank you so much. Bye bye.